Okay, so here we go with our general warm-up. This is inspired by my own personal coach for many years, Yasha Khan, who has a general warm-up of his own that he has online. And I can link that to you if you'd like, just let me know. But it's really simple. We want to start with wrists. Okay, so we're going to warm our wrists up. You can clasp your hands together, kind of make circular motions with your hands and your wrists. Right? You can also do that with the hands unclasped. Okay, you can involve the fingers here. Okay, all these warm-ups generally are trying to have that mental to physical connection start to happen. Also by just moving at and around the joint. So here we're going to do some elbow circles. We're going to get blood flow to the area. Okay, and by getting blood flow to the area, we're also going to help warm up the joints. We're going to help stimulate fluid in the joints. Okay, so we get some elbow circles. We're going to go to the arms. So arm circles, we have a whole shoulder. Okay, we got front kind of shoulder, chest connecting the shoulder. We've got our neck connecting to our shoulder through our trap. We've got a shoulder blade and the back and the spine all kind of connected in there. So you want to focus on the entire shoulder. Okay, moving the shoulder blades as you're moving your arms. This way, really get those shoulders warmed up. I like to take the time here. Okay, we can also do some neck rotations or neck rolls. So you kind of look down and start with your chin down and kind of move your head back, look up, move your ear to your shoulder. Go chin down, ear to the shoulder, look up, opposite ear to the other shoulder, back down, kind of rotate. Okay, you can also do some look behinds, right? Stretching out the neck a little bit. All right, so now we can get our arms on your T. I do apologize for the wind today. I realize it can be so windy. Okay, arm rotations, and arms across. Okay, again, we really want to get the shoulder blades involved here. Okay, so I'm spreading my shoulder blades as I'm kind of giving myself a hug and then squeezing them back together. Okay, we can go some light torso twists. You don't want to get too aggressive here, and you want to involve some hip rotation. Okay, so we're kind of moving the chest and the hips together, rotating the torso. Okay, using those obliques, side abs. Okay, we get some hip circles. And generally, I'm doing, somewhere in the range of 8 to 10 repetitions in each direction. Okay, you do a little less, you do a little more. It's up to you. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason to how many you do, and getting over 10 is probably getting a little excessive, and anything under 6 is probably starting to get a little too, you probably want to do at least more than 6. All right, so then we're going to get the knee circles. All right, again, just kind of move both directions here. Get some ankle circles. Have my toes on the ground and I'm just rotating my foot so that I'm moving about that ankle. Alright, so now we've got our body into it, alright? We've got a couple of minutes of moving around and we're continuing to prime here with a classic bow and bend. So bow and bend, trying to keep our back neutral. We're sending our hips back. Okay, trying to flex our back as we reach as far as we can. So right now I'm reaching a little bit past my knees. Stand up and reach, okay? And reach up, you can clasp your hands together as you're doing that. And just get a bunch of these. All right, this is going to help warm up the legs and back a little more. Again, this is just a quick gentle warm up. You can use this for some of the strength workouts we post if you can't make the class. All right. Just watch this video. Or if you're going to do a workout on your own and you're not sure how to warm up, you can just kind of do a quick video watch here. Follow along. All right. And some of these moves are inspired by Donnie Shankle's warm-up as well. Big fan of the Shankle. So, all right, so next we're gonna start going to the ground and warming up our upper body a little more. So we got our legs kind of working here, and I'm gonna bend at the hip, okay, flex at the hip. I'm gonna walk my hands out and just do some twisting planks. So I'm gonna get into plank, twist the body. Okay, if this is too much for you, you can also just do a shoulder tap each side. Okay, and then walk my hands back. This is optional. You can stand up after each one if you want, if you feel you need a little bit more warm up in the legs. Otherwise, you can just keep the hands on the ground. Okay. And I love twisting planks. I think when we're doing a twisting plank, and go over this, you want to squeeze those shoulder blades back and twist the chest and the hips together. That's a really important thing to note, is that you want your chest and hips to move in sync, and you want to involve the shoulder blades. The shoulder blade, squeezing the shoulder blades together is actually what is initiating the movement. And the torso twist is to follow. So, important point there. Okay. Another option here, if you don't want to do a twisting plank, you can have your hips up high, bring everything to the ground, squeeze your legs, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and look at the ceiling. Do a little downward dog push up. Okay, those are also a great way to do it. Now, the next part, it's up to you. If it's an upper body workout, predominantly upper body, I would continue doing walkouts to a Spider-Man. If it's a lower body predominant workout, you can do something like a combination of a Samson and a Spider-Man. So, Samson, Spider-Man, okay, you take a step out, get a little lunge, okay? So, front knee over the ankle, back knee over the hip, reaching up, and then twisting into the knee, okay? And then we can step our front foot out just a little bit. Get both hands on the inside of the front foot, straighten the leg, and we're trying to push our hip towards our front foot here, keeping our back neutral. All right, in so doing, a nice stretch in the front of the hip here. We're gonna open up this other hip, okay, as we drive our knee out, all right? And then you can bring your legs back. You can either go into a Spider-Man on the other leg here, okay, and then come back into the lunge. There's multiple ways you can do this, or you can just do a lunge Spider-Man, like this next set I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do my Samson lunge with a little twist, Spider-Man, push off back to the start, Samson lunge, twist, okay, Spider-Man. And the Spider-Man, you get even deeper if you want to bring your elbow down towards your foot. That's another way you can get a little more into that. Okay, a little more stretch. Works better for some people compared to others.
And you know what? If you have a pretty long workout, getting to this point, you know, if you know you're going into a big 40-minute workout, you might want to start doing more of the movements that you're doing in the workout at this point going forward, just kind of warming up those movements. Otherwise, we continue through one of my other favorites, Cossack lunge. Okay, with our feet wide here. We're going to squat into one side. Keep one leg straight, hip to heel. Okay, just going a few each side. And if you need help, you can keep your hands on the ground and kind of guide yourself side to side here. You're trying to keep your entire foot flat on the leg you're squatting into. So you want to keep the heel on the ground. All right. Really cool. So, like I said, after those Cossack lunges, after the lunge kind of portion, we'll probably go into some more customized warm-up, skill work, a little bit of strength work. You got that going on in your workout. I do like a couple of ground maneuvers too to add in. And one of my favorites here, just lying on the ground, gonna get our arms out in a T shape, lift our leg, bring our foot to our hand, and this is a great hip opener, kind of low back spine stretch. Not everybody's a fan of this, but I certainly am. Okay, try to keep your shoulders on the ground as best you can. You can bend your knee here, just if you can't get your foot too far over, you can just use a bent knee. All right. You can also do some roly-polies, so roll back, roll out, split your legs, reach forward, try to touch the ground. I guess the camera angle here isn't the best, but hope you can bear with me. Just do a few of these. These kind of help it warm up the back, warm up the hamstrings a little more. Okay. And this is also part of the kind of limber 11 warm up I posted a few days ago, or was it last week? I can't even remember. All right, so we're gonna sit our hips back here. We're gonna have our knees just wider than our shoulders, shins parallel to each other. Our inner soles of the feet are towards the ground. I'm just gonna sit back into our hips and then come out of it and reset. Do a few of these, and this is more of your inner hip groin area. Nobody likes pulling that, and this is a great way to let it know you're going to work out. All right, so it's not in for any surprises. This is especially good if you sit a lot. If you notice my back angle, I'm keeping a neutral back angle here, not trying to flex my back. I want it to be as straight as possible, and just focus on the flexing at the hip. Okay, and then finally, kind of get the opposite of the first one, the first round. Remember we did, we're gonna be on our stomach this time, arms out in a T. Just trying to reach your foot to our hand. You can have your shoulder of the foot you're reaching with kind of come off a little bit here. And that'll actually help kind of open your chest up, the shoulders up. And continue to warm up the hips and the low back. So, hope you enjoyed that general warm up. You can use it for, like I said, weightlifting, CrossFit, and you might want to follow it up with skill work or strength work if you're doing a shorter workout, or hey, you might be ready to go. Thanks.